Hello, everyone. Jeff Wade, co-founder of Crypto World. So we have a special guest today. We have Travis Wislon. He is I would say, a newbie into the crypto space.
I am.
Travis.
I am.
But Travis is running for state rep here in St. Charles. So, Travis, can you talk a little bit about yourself? And you came to our event today, Crypto Over Coffee, and we have this Tuesday mornings.
Great event.
Yeah, so we had you speak a little bit about what you're doing for St. Charles, and also being a newbie. We're trying to get folks in here just so they can, help you guys out that are also newbies and what they picked up and the reason why. But yeah, talk a little bit about today and what you liked about it. Learned anything?
Absolutely, Jeff. And I really appreciate you and Jonas and Gary having me here today. It's a real pleasure. And so I come from a business background. I'm an economic developer by trade. I've been in economic development now for the past several years, worked for the city of St. Charles, had a great time doing that. Currently work for the city of Florissant as their economic development director. And I am running for state representative because businesses just like yours here, Jeff, are what is so important to St. Charles, to Missouri, and you're creating jobs. You guys are the innovative thought leaders here in an industry that really is on the cutting edge of what we need to be doing. And it's so interesting. I learned so many things earlier during the Crypto Over Coffee event, things that I hadn't really even considered. We talked a lot about different things such as harvesting and mining and staking and so many different things. I was taking great notes, and I'm sure I'm going to be talking to you later with questions. But the question I have for you, Jeff, you're a business owner here in St. Charles. You started Crypto World. What is it that, if you could nail down, what's the most important thing? What really is your passion that drives you about wanting to be a business owner, especially in this industry?
Well, in this industry, I've only been in this industry a couple of years and heavily focused really in the last year. But with Crypto World, our focus is mainly educating the community. So we want to be, take it from JFK, we want to be the rising tide that lifts all ships. And so having Crypto World and having folks like you come in here that either have not heard about crypto or are intrigued enough seeing it in media just to learn a little bit about it. So I think with crypto, I believe that it's going to change the way we do things, and it's going to have the same effect, if not bigger, than the internet. The internet first came in the 90s. Were you around back then? I don't know if you're old enough.
Absolutely. I was there for the AOL days,
yeah.
dial-up,
Yeah, what was that? You got mail or something like that?
Yes,
yeah, so,
exactly. It was a magical sound.
Yes, I was there with it. But basically, with the internet, when it first came out, people were just kind of like, what is this? Is it a fad? Is it going to stick around? There's even articles talking about it, how it's just like, it's not going to last. But now, my kids are on their tablets like daily, and they cannot get off their tablets. We communicate, we do work with COVID, right? Everybody's working remotely. So without the internet, it'd be hard to do those type of things. So the internet is something that we can't live without. And I truly believe that blockchain technology and crypto is going to have that same effect. And a stat that I saw, somebody spoke about it. Michael Saylor is some guy on the CEO of MicroStrategies. For somebody that's new, somebody to watch on YouTube, because it's just phenomenal on how he explains things. Okay. But I think he said that from when the internet came, from 1990 to the year 2000, in 10 years, there was an adoption of technology of the internet of about 63% year over year. Before that, the mobile phone adoption of technology grew at a 52% year over year. If you take those same stats and look at the internet, blockchain technology and crypto from 2010 to 2020, it grew at a rate of 113% year over year. So it's almost doubled the internet and adoption.
And that's going to continue.
Yeah, it's going to continue until everybody is utilizing it, right? So, and a lot of people think that blockchain and crypto is all about currencies. It's not about just the currency. It's the technology behind it, right? Because with Bitcoin specifically, there's only 21 million Bitcoins that can ever be created.
Okay.
And it doesn't matter if you're the president of China, the president of the U.S., or Warren Buffett. You cannot change that number.
Mm-hmm.
And with that, it's transparent. So everything on the blockchain is transparent. You may not know who the wallet holders are. Like if I'm sending you, $100 worth of Bitcoin, you may not know that it's from me, or somebody looking from the outside in may not know that it's from me to you,
Mm-hmm.
but they can see that transaction. So if there's $1 million of Bitcoin being transferred, somebody can see that. The FBI could see that, right?
Sure.
So, and one of the things that that was mentioned is, do you remember was it the nuclear power plant that was hacked, and the guys that hacked it were requesting, I think, like $7-8 million worth of Bitcoin, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's the worst thing they could do, was ask for Bitcoin, because with money, with gold, with any other thing, you could probably kind of like smuggle that or make it happen to where, or you put $5 million worth of cash there, or gold or whatever. But with Bitcoin, that can be traced and tracked. Right. So the government was able to, I think, get most of that money, or the FBI was able to get most of that money back. So it's not, you hear the media and how, Bitcoin is what the drug dealers or the smugglers or whatever are using. If they're smart, they don't want to use that, right? Mm. But yeah. So back to your question, crypto is it's something that I like the Matrix. I'm taking the pill, right? Is it the blue or the red pill? I don't know which one. But I truly believe that this is going to disrupt everything that we do, because if you can make things transparent, mm-hmm. if you can make things travel at such a fast speed. With somebody once said that when you can speed things up, information or transportation or anything, it opens up new innovation. Like we have been in a society where, you look back just from the early 1900s, we have the automobile before the printing press, the radio, telephone, and, then being able to travel, right? Mm-hmm. By planes, and going back to the internet, how it's revolutionized things. And now with blockchain technology and crypto, it's that new technology that you need to keep an eye on, right? So that's why I built Crypto World. That's why I'm so excited about it. That's why I want to talk to, folks that are, making the decisions in legislative space, mm-hmm. right? So folks like you, I want to get you guys just to understand the basics, because if you're going to understand the basics, then it's going to open up, you to either think about, okay, how can we use this technology in today's world? How is it going to change things? One example was in El Salvador. Mm-hmm. Did you know that they changed over their legal tender into Bitcoin?
Did not.
So with El Salvador, it was about a year ago. It took them 40 years to get 1.3 million people bankable. Hmm. Since they switched over to Bitcoin as their legal tender, it took them 30 days to get 4 million people bankable, because all you need is your cell phone, right? Exactly. So it's and also with El Salvador, the year prior, third world countries, a lot of people from third world countries, from El Salvador, Mexico, the Philippines, which I'm from, a lot of the folks leave their country and they go work into a country like the U.S. or somewhere in Europe, mm-hmm. More developed country. And what do? They take their hard-earned money, and they send it back to their family. Right. So El Salvador, a lot of the people from El Salvador left El Salvador, worked in the U.S., and they sent my money back to their family. MoneyGrams and Western Union collected $200 million in 1 year in remittance fees. Wow. Can you imagine what $200 million could do for the people if that money stayed in that country? The people, the economy. It's huge. Yeah, exactly. It's huge. So with Bitcoin as a legal tender, you can send money like instantaneously and very cheaply. Mm-hmm. It's not. I think Western Union and MoneyGrams, they take like up to 15% based on how much they're sending. So that alone, right there, it's changing lives. So you can tell I'm very passionate about it. Well, of course. I'm I don't. The interview's on you. I don't want to take up a lot of what's going on, but at least with yourself, this is all very new to you. right? So learning kind of what the things that you learned here. Is there anything that that you see could be an opportunity for you, maybe in once you take office, once you get elected, when you get elected, right?
I
So
like it. I like it.
yeah, because I know we talked a little bit about opportunity zones and so many different facets, earlier. But I'm trying to just see with maybe education side something you could help promote. But is there anything that you could utilize once you leave here today? Kind of just talk to people, or even for
Well,
yourself to get curious and do more research.
Well, I'll tell you, Jeff, what it really comes down to for legislators and people like myself who are running for office, it is really about educating those people and how much education that they can get. I'm always trying to get more information
Yeah.
and trying to learn more, simply because I love talking to business owners and learning about what they're doing. And when it's something that is technologically advanced, such as this scenario, that is that much more helpful. And so being able to interact about this sort of topic and learn about the different facets of it is something that's definitely something I'm interested in. If for no other reason, then I now have more information than I did when I got up this morning, and that's going to help me to be able to think about things differently when I'm in Jeff City. And if there's a way for us to perhaps see the world of cryptocurrency grow, and if there's something that we can do in Jeff City, I'm definitely open to considering
Yeah,
that.
yeah. There's actually, it's kind of an extreme, I know, because it's something that is very new to you and also to a lot of Americans. But I gave the example of El Salvador and how they changed their legal tender. Well, I was actually just in Arizona, and there's a state rep that wants to change the legal tender to Bitcoin, which was like, holy cow! I mean, so it's so they're going to. I think he's trying to pass that. I don't know if it'll pass because it's so early on, and I think a lot of folks want to see how El Salvador and how things kind of. It's only been under a year, but talking to a few folks, you can actually classify like gold and silver and so forth as a legal tender. And if you look at Bitcoin, it's more of like a digital gold, right? So because if you see the appreciation over the last 10 years, there's no other asset that's appreciated at a rate like Bitcoin. It's
Right.
And if you don't know, it's like I think 20 million% in 10 years.
It's huge.
Appreciation value. It's average like 230%.
I wish I would have
year
put
over year.
$100 in,
Yeah.
a decade ago.
Yeah, I think $1,000 would net you like $1.3 billion today.
That would definitely be helpful to my campaign.
Yeah, you don't have to worry about coming here and asking for funds, right? If you have that. So is there any focus? It doesn't have to be crypto related. I know we're talking mostly crypto. Is there any focus for you for your election and your campaign and what you're focused on?
Well, like I said earlier, I'm an economic developer by trade. And so for me, it really is all about how can we create more quality jobs here in St. Charles, here in Missouri, for families. I know you have a family, I have a family, and I want my 3 children to be able to want to stay here when they are done with their education. I want them to come back to St. Charles. I want them to stay here because we have great quality jobs. And so that really is my primary focus, is how can we as legislators help our Missouri businesses to do better and help you to continue to create those great jobs that are going to retain our talent, and our children are going to want to be here. That's one of my primary focuses right
Oh,
there.
nice. So there's a Missouri. He's running. I think Taylor Burks. He's running for. Do you know Taylor? Have you heard about him?
I think I've heard the name.
Okay, but I think he's actually running for the U.S. House.
Okay.
But he accepts Bitcoin
Okay.
for donations. So maybe it's something that we can help you. Right.
I will definitely look into it.
Set that up because with St. Charles in this area, I built Crypto World here because there's such a large community. Especially locally, that just love what we're doing, love the mission of helping educate the community. But I think if there's a way to be able to support you using and keeping it legal, right? So if Taylor Burks can do it and accept Bitcoin, I think your campaign should be able to be able to do that also. So if we can help out with that, we can certainly do that.
Well, I sure do appreciate, Jeff. Thank you so much for the time today.
No,
Thank you for
absolutely.
having me.
So we got you a gift.
Oh my goodness!
Right? So for being on our show, we're giving out
Very
this
nice.
Crypto World
Look at
T-shirt,
that.
and then hopefully it's we help educate you and help you as you get going with your campaign.
Fantastic. Well,
Cool.
Thanks so much, Jeff. I appreciate that.
Yeah, thanks, Travis.
It was a pleasure to be with you.
Sounds good. You too.
Take care, everybody.
Welcome to Crypto World.